Hello? It's been a minute. What, 2 weeks? The idea of this video came from one event called Ciclavia. It's where a good chunk of roads in LA shuts down, and instead of having cars on the road, it's available for people to ride their bikes, roller skate, skateboard, or just simply walk. I chose the walking option, and I thought this was a really good way to capture that last bit of summer in LA. Granted, it's November, it's still 80 degrees here. We'll call it a late summer thing. So based on the photos I took on the day of Ciclavia, I decided to do something similar, but a little differently. Because there are a lot of cyclists, I want to capture their speed. I want to capture their speed versus people who are walking or just standing still. So on this day, I played around with different shutter speeds because I don't think I've ever done that during the day. I think I've done them mainly around sunset or at night. The event ended in Chinatown, and because I photographed Chinatown so many times, I wanted to do something a little different. And that something different this time was taking pictures of people doing their daily activities. I wanted to capture someone's face in the mirror. I waited for a few minutes and took a few pictures, but because of the distance between the end of sidewalk and the mirror, there wasn't a lot of space, and because of that, a lot of people were walking closer to the mirror. AKA, I couldn't really get any facial expressions or just faces in general. All I got was something like this. If you're familiar with Chinatown in LA, you might have seen him around. I saw him play chess with someone else, and when I asked him for a photo, he was so happy about it. And this is when I felt that I was getting a little more comfortable with taking photos of strangers. Looking back, when I started doing street photography late last year, I was scared to take photos of people. I didn't know whether they were going to walk up to me, break my camera, or say something extremely mean to me. But now, after photographing a lot of people, interacting with them, I know how to approach people with my camera and make them feel a little more comfortable. I'm an extrovert, I talk to strangers all the time, but street photography sometimes feels like you're invading someone's privacy. The fact that I'm getting a little more comfortable with asking people for permission or just simply talking with them, it's a pretty big win, I think. So with that in mind, I wanted to be a little more aggressive and assertive at the same time. This is the type of photograph that I didn't know I would enjoy taking, but I did. It's the harsh morning lights. It's the fact that I wanted to try black and white this time. If this picture was in color, I don't think it would be as impactful. But because of the combination of every single element, this turned out to be one of my favorite photos that I took this year. I don't know what was happening on this day, but I wanted to capture faces. They can be cringing because they're looking at the sun, they can be stressed out because of the workday, or they can be curious because I'm standing there with my camera pointing at them. The photos I took earlier made me realize I've never done black and white photos in Chinatown. In this car, I am kind of mad that it's out of focus, but at the same time, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the fact that this is not a perfect picture. It's not in focus, but I think everything that needs to be there is there. The car, the driver, and this guy on the right who was also taking photos of the car. What I really wanted was a photo of him smoking a cigarette. That didn't happen. But in the next picture, you're able to see that he's holding a cigarette in his hand, and that little detail made me feel better about not getting the actual smoking shot.